Hello everyone, this is David from Automotive Press. First of all, my sincere apology because lately I'm being very busy working as an engineer and I don't have as much time to get the latest news and information out to you. So my apology if things are a little bit delayed. It's not because of my fishing trips, it's more because of my really busy consulting / engineering work that I have. So in case you were not aware, I teach and implement TPS or Toyota Production System to companies globally. It's also often referred to as a lean manufacturing method. And so I normally travel around the world doing a variety of TPS or lean manufacturing work. And to date, I have actually worked with more than 1,100 companies. And of course, during the COVID or pandemic days, we're not traveling very much, but I am still working with many companies. And that's why I have a pretty busy life. So I love doing the YouTube stuff and I love getting the information out to you, but sometimes I'm a little bit delayed due to my work schedule. But anyhow, I'm here to talk about something very important, which is one of the most common questions people ask me, and that is it safe to buy the first year of production of a new model? Especially about the 2022 Toyota Tundra, because that is going to be released very soon, probably in about 3 weeks or so, around September 19th timeframe. And so people are saying, wait a minute, maybe it's safer to wait a year or sometime 2 years when all the bugs have been ironed out before buying the vehicle. Well, that might be true for most manufacturers, but we're talking about Toyota here. So they have all of the system, the process, and the thinking behind the production method to ensure that whether it's a car or a truck, when it's produced in the first year, it is near perfect. So let me walk you through and give you 5 reasons why I think, as an automotive engineer, it is absolutely safe to buy the first year 2022 Tundra and not to worry about defects or things breaking down. Now, I think most of you who have been watching my channel know that I plan to trade in my 2021 Tacoma TRD Pro for the 2022 Tundra TRD Pro. So obviously, I'm very confident it's going to be a safe and a reliable purchase. But many of you guys are asking, is it really safe and is it okay to buy the first year of the production? So I'm going to give you 5 reasons, as I mentioned, why it is safe to do so. And the first reason why it is safe to buy the 2022 Toyota Tundra is because most of the major components are not actually new. So for example, the engine, which is a 3.444 liter twin turbo V6, often referred to as a 3.5 twin turbo V6, has been around for quite a while. It first became available in the current Lexus LS as a flagship engine replacing the V8. And that's been around for a number of years now. And of course, it is now in the new 2022 Land Cruiser. So it is not a brand new engine for Toyota. It might be for Tundra, but it has already been proven, and a lot of the mechanical issues or challenges that maybe the engine had in the early days have all been sorted out, and the current version of the 3.5 twin turbo V6 is absolutely reliable and trouble-free. And also the transmission, which is a 10-speed automatic that goes with the 3.5 twin turbo V6, is also proven. It's part of the transmission in the Lexus LS, again available for the last several years, and that 10-speed transmission has been absolutely reliable in the Lexus LS. It is a transmission that's made by a company called Aishin, which is sort of a subsidiary of Toyota because they own part of that company. And I have been to Aishin factory many times as an engineer. And they have the most robust production system and a standard. And I cannot imagine them producing any transmission of any kind that would cause any problem. Reason number two is the fact that people are really worried about the twin turbo design. They are saying, how could Toyota move from a proven 5.7 liter V8 to an engine with turbochargers, because they have these nightmare stories from turbos in the past. Well, times have changed, folks. The turbos are not like the turbo from 1970s and 80s when they had all this problem with turbine and the lubricants gets all dried up or burnt up. Those days are far gone. We have not heard of those kind of issues for many years now. Did you know, for example, in the old days when you have a turbocharged engine, when you come to a stop at the end of the day, you have to let the engine run for a while to allow the turbine to cool down and for the lubricant to make sure that it's moving inside the system. You don't have to do that anymore because that type of mechanics is already built into new turbochargers and allows the lubricant to continue to cycle through, so you don't have to worry about letting the engine run for a while before shutting it down. So there are many different type of engineering and systems that have been placed onto a turbocharger system in the past 20-25 years, to the point where turbochargers are used in some of the most difficult and challenging conditions, such as racing and race cars. And they have proven to be very reliable. So number two reason why you don't have to worry so much is because the turbocharger or the turbo system have changed so dramatically over the past 20 or 25 years that it is no longer a concern in terms of reliability, in terms of longevity, and it is absolutely durable. The third reason why you don't have to worry so much about buying a first year production of Tundra is the fact that 2022 model year for Tundra is not its first year. Does that make any sense? Probably not. What I mean by that is that Toyota would have been building prototypes and pre-production trucks of the Tundra for almost a year before it comes out to the market. So it's not the first year. This is more like a second year compared to other manufacturers that might rush to production after developmental work. And so when they introduce for the first year, it truly is the first year. But it's not the same for Toyota, who has been testing a near production model for at least a year. And then leading up to the final production, they would have gotten all of the bugs out. So the so-called first year of production for Tundra, which is the 2022 model year, really is more like a second year when you compare to other manufacturers which do not do that level of robust testing. So the third reason why it's okay to buy the 2022 Tundra is because it's really not the first year at all. So let me continue to explain why it's safe to buy the 2022 Tundra in its so-called first year. Well, the fourth reason is because of the word TPS or the word Kaizen. As I mentioned earlier, TPS stands for Toyota Production System, and Kaizen, which is very closely related to TPS, is a Japanese word for continuous improvement. And it is the method, the thinking, and the mindset, and the process that allows Toyota to build trouble-free and defect-free cars and trucks. And no other manufacturer, no other car companies in the world do it as good as Toyota. So their TPS method, or what we generally speaking call lean thinking or Kaizen method, allow them to continuously evolve and move and change so that it gets better and better every single day. We're not talking about making big changes every 1 or 2 years, which is what other manufacturers do. We're talking about what we call running changes, which is based on the notion that it is better to make a change right now if we can improve the production or the quality than to wait 6 months or a year later. So Toyota will make minute and small and minor changes throughout the year. I would predict as much as maybe 1,000 or more small changes will be made to the production equipment, to the process, and sometimes to the product themselves to make it more reliable, to make it more robust and durable throughout the first year of production. I will admit, however, that it is definitely better to buy the latter part of 2022 model year versus the beginning, because they have been making all these changes throughout the year, and I would say after 6 months or so, a whole bunch of little changes would have been implemented, and the truck is probably better made than in the very beginning. Nothing major, these are all minor changes, but yes, it does get better over time. So the fourth reason why it's safe to buy the new Tundra is because a whole bunch of little problems or small issues would have been corrected, repaired, and fixed early in its cycle, probably the first couple months or so. And so as the company ramps up the Tundra production and truck begin to show up in our dealership, all those small issues would have been fixed anyway, even if they found it in the beginning of the cycle. The fifth reason why it's safe to buy it is because Tundra is built in the mature factory, which is San Antonio, Texas. If you buy a brand new model from a brand new factory, yes, even I would be a little bit concerned because the workers, the production employees, and also even some of the engineers and technicians might be very new to the process and new to the factory. And so, yeah, they could make mistakes. But San Antonio, Texas is a proven, mature factory that's been around for many years, and they have been building the Tundra for many years. So even though the 2022 Tundra is a new model, the people who are building it, the production workers, the supervisors, the team leaders, the engineers and technicians who are supporting it are not new, and they all have extensive experience in building trucks, in working through the Toyota production system. So they will be at a very advanced level of problem solving, and so they're going to quickly fix any issues that might come up. So you don't have to worry about the Tundra because it's built by experts, it's designed and engineered by experts, and people with advanced knowledge of engineering and production method are the one who is making this happen. So it's all going to be in good hands because only experienced people are building the new Tundra. Thank you so much for watching. Let me know in the comments below what else you want to know about Tundra or anything to do with Toyota, and I'm here to help. We'll catch you later. Thank you so much again.